That's one thing that's really important to you too, is family, though, right? I noticed that a lot about you as well too. Like no matter what's going on, you always put the family first and make sure you always take the time for them too.
Dude, I think it's everyone talks about balance. To me, it's more about priorities, right? So, to me, why are we doing all this stupid shit? Family. At the end of the day, right? You meet all these guys or gals who are like, the reason I'm busting my ass is for the family. It's like, but your family doesn't know who you are. Your kids don't know what you do. What's your kids' favorite food? Like, a lot of people don't know that stuff, right? So, I had good parents. But they had to work. We have the luxury where we don't have to work. We get to work. And so it's just teaching them, like I want to be their mentor too.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Scalers Only Show, where we talk real estate, business, and lifestyle. Today, I've got my mentor, friend, the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Evans, the DM.
What's up, guys?
What's the DM stand for?
Dungeon Master. For this it's better than
direct message.
It's better than Dick Magnet, right? No, dream maker to my mom and deal maker to the world.
Love it.
Yeah.
Where'd you come up with the deal maker?
Dude, so back in the day, I was doing deals here in Ohio, Columbus, and there was a guy named Mark Evans. So he was like a bad dude. He was 62. Every time I go closing, you're signing 45 pages saying this is not me, this is not me. And I'm like, clearly I'm 20. This guy's 62. And so I just kind of added a DM, And now everyone started calling me DM. They don't call me Mark anymore, right? So I was like, this works. I don't get mixed up with some bad guy.
DM and everything too.
The baby DM.
All DMs.
Exactly.
Got the DM on your shoes and everything, man.
Everything. Not my underwear yet.
Listeners that don't know who you are, do you want to do a little intro of yourself?
Yeah, grew up here in Columbus, Ohio. Actually, an hour east out in Baltimore. Went to a small town, hillbilly. Don't look like it like I used to, but, started off, bought a seamless gutter company 2 days after high school, owner financing, like you need to learn about doing in real estate or business.
Especially
now, right? And just figured it out and, just kept hustling. Never had a real W-2 job my entire adult life.
Ever.
And so I'm clearly eating, right? If you don't kill it, you don't eat. And where I'm from, we're definitely eating. So, but, long journey. Almost went bankrupt twice in the process. Being cocky, arrogant, no financial sense. Knew how to make money, didn't know how to keep it, preserve it, grow it. But knew how to make it, thank God. So if I had to learn one of them, a lot of people are really good at preserving and growing pennies. I'm good at making money. I just didn't know how to do both at the same time. So then I hired financial mentors and really helped me grow and become a better person, which made me a better husband, better father, better, brother, cousin, friend, all that, right? Because I have money to help. But, and then now, just own a bunch of different companies and different verticals. And just trying to figure out what we're doing every day.
The making of a DM in 1 minute.
Yeah.
I love it.
21 different companies, right?
At least.
Is it really?
At least.
Holy hell.
Yeah, maybe more.
What's your favorite?
The next one.
Favorite?
The next one.
The next
Talking
one.
like a true salesman.
Yeah.
No, dude. Listen, right? It's I think for all of us in this room, it's like it's the chase, right? It's like we love like seeing a vision, taking it and seeing it to come to fruition. It's a very powerful process, right?
Absolutely.
Thrill to kill.
Yeah.
Once you get it, you kind of get bored with it. Like, okay, it's doing good. What's next?
But it's like now being married, right? Like,
No, what with that? You say no. Stop right there, Terry. Stop right there.
But you still need that thrill to kill. And if you're not in the salesman role, it's like, what's the next business? What's the next thing? What's the next opportunity?
Yeah. Well, dude, we're still in the salesman role. We're just selling to different people, selling to the team, selling to the organization, selling to the spot, selling to the seller. Like spot. Why us? Why should you choose us? Selling to my merger and acquisitions attorney, selling to the investor, whoever we're trying to bring in. It's just we're just selling at a different level at this point, right?
Yeah.
First off, we got to sell ourselves.
Dude, what did I just say in the team meeting today?
That's
I said,
exactly
listen,
what he
if
said.
you guys can't sell yourselves on the shit that we're selling first, we're never going to be able to sell anybody else.
100%. It's true. It's true.
And everyone kind of got quiet, stood at attention. I'm like, listen, motherfuckers, you guys have to sell yourselves first. If not,
Yep.
none of this is going to make any sense to anybody else.
Yep.
Regardless on what side of the business it is. Doesn't matter. Everyone.
It's true.
Yeah, what's more important, sales or marketing?
Well, it depends.
In your businesses.
I think it depends on the definition of both of those, right? Listen, I love marketing because it makes selling easier, right? You don't have to sell. I always joke with my team and call them they're order takers, not sales guys. Truth is, I'm not good at selling, hardcore selling. I'm not like trickery with words and, hardcore follow up, buy now. It's over if you don't buy now.
Today.
I'm more like, dude, marketing to me is just be valuable, provide a lot of value consistently, and just keep showing up and just keep presenting. And eventually they'll tap out or roll out.
That's usually what happens, right?
Yeah, or roll into your funnel. So I think they're both equally important, man. You know, depending on what definition is, though.
Right.
You know.
Speaking of team, what is the worst employee you've ever had?
Like me? Me? Dude, I'm a terrible employee. I don't show up every day consistently on certain daily actions. So worst employee?
Sound like Terry.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sounds like most.
Wait, mentor? Okay, I see it now. I'm gonna blame you for this now.
What do you think I've been mentoring him on? How to exit? No, worst employee. Dude, God, I got so many of them. I don't know which one's the worst. It's true. I've had a lot of bad employees, but I take the responsibility. It's my fault. You know, I don't know if you've done this, but like, dude, I want to let someone go. I'm like, dude, I didn't give them enough opportunities. I didn't give them enough vision. I didn't give them enough clarity. What else could I done? But I think that's just our personalities in general. Why we're at where we're at in our life is because we take full responsibility of everything, good and bad. And we see the good in everyone. And that's probably my hardest thing is like, I see what they're capable of, but I want it more than they do. And that kind of puts me in a weird position because I know what's possible. God, worst employee. Dude, it has to be, well, it's always a contractor. It's always a contractor. You know, it could be a lot of people, but, you know, I've had just contractors just steal. You know, I hate that the people steal.
Contractors like a huge issue for everyone now.
It's
Just like everyone's biggest issue in their business when we talk about it, especially in real estate, it's always contractor.
Through any business, any type of contractor, I tell you the truth.
Yeah,
That's the
you're
one.
right.
Dude, you told this story where you were so pissed off about one of your contractors putting a Red Bull on your receipt at Lowe's, and you're like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, beef
You're
jerky and ribeye.
Yeah, you're like, "Why am I worried about a $2.99 problem?"
Well, dude, I was talking, you know, sometimes people are so focused. I was very focused back then, but I was focused on the wrong thing. You know, that's what's the maximum save? $3. I need to take all that energy. Well, here's the thing is too, like it stole my happiness in the moment. I literally sold my happiness for the day for $2.99. How fucked up is that?
Plus tax.
Right? Yeah.
That was just the preserving money mindset, right?
Well, no. For me, what it was is, dude, I grew up poor. I grew up like small town, and like every penny counted, every dollar. Not every dollar is equal. You know, like I have dollars making me dollars right now, and then I also have dollars that are not making me dollars. Which one's the most important? They're both different. You know, it depends on what my plan is, my vision with the dollars, and so I used to just freak the shit. Dude, it was bad. I still catch myself doing it, by the way. Like it's you know, it's ingrained in me.
We do it with employees.
Pardon me?
We do it with employees.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, like you're like, hey, you've been here X amount of time, and I'm like, in my mind, it's time theft, right?
Yeah.
And you know, employees can be just dude, it's the biggest struggle for many business owners. And you, like in your businesses, I mean, you've got contractors, employees, like you have all these different people. How do you keep all this shit straight?
I don't. Anybody says they do, I think they're lying.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
There's so much leakage. I think you got to be cool. Here's the
You
thing:
gotta account for the shrink and leakage.
No, what's that?
You gotta account for all that pretty much.
Yeah,
Like when you own bars too, same thing. You know it's going to be overpoured, stolen here and there. Any
absolutely.
business.
Restaurants and everything. Restaurants, you know, everything has a leakage effect. So, you know, dude, Target just came out and said they lost what, $400 million, like theft, right? That would be.
And they
leakage.
have to. Here's the crazy thing: they have to let them go.
Yeah, it's wild, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like what we do with our employees. We got to let them go. You know, in tenants. But, you know, probably the biggest thing with that is like, you have to have parameters. I'm not a micromanager. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. So I just assume, like, I expect the best, but I assume the worst. It's kind of like a protection mode for my brain. But I also, behind the scenes, I'm like, I give them the tools. I give them, I give them the confidence. I give them like, hey, go after it. It's okay to mess up. That was the biggest turning point for me in all my business, is telling them it's okay to mess up, right? Because we've messed up so much to get to where we're at. We're still messing up, but employees are afraid to mess up. We forget they're intimidated by us, which is funny to me because I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I just want to win. Like, I intimidate. Like, I work for you. You don't work for me. So it's like I think we have to like show them, hey, it's okay to mess up. Kim,
Just own it.
Yeah, we fucked up. She fucked up a deal, dude. Forgot to file paperwork, and we lost 120 G's. Literally. The guy got the money. He got it. Boom. Out. Happened twice this year. Another one for $49,000 and 120, so almost 170 grand. And there's nothing you can do.
Lessons.
Right? Call the guys up. They don't.
Can I have it back?
They lost your number for some reason. But again, it's like silly on their part, right? Because very short-sighted. But also, Kim, it's like, I promise you, Kim's never going to mess that up again.
Yeah.
The old me, I'd have fired on 2 seconds. Like, literally, it'd have been instant fire.
But then you look at the other 90% that she does too, that she does right, and it's like, well, you kind of have to weigh it out.
It'd be worse if they tried to hide it or something, right?
Who's that?
The employees.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's different. That's a whole different level of theft. You know, it's actually not overt stealing. Like, hey, I'm maliciously trying to do something, but an accident. You know, I mean, no matter what it is, it's always harder to train people too, I think.
Yeah, but I think that's probably the best part about telling them that it's okay to fuck up is then they don't have to shove it under the rug. It's just like, here's what happened.
Well,
It's never going to happen again, but
you're forcing them to create ownership.
Yeah.
You know, when you give them, and like, just like our kids, right? Like, it's like, dude, listen, I'm not judging you either way, but if you fucking lie to me, that's when it's going to get bad. Just be straight. You got one chance. And then they tell you, and then before you get that, then hopefully you never have to have that conversation again. They come and say, hey, Dad, I fucked up. You know, Dad, I wrecked a Ferrari. Damn it. You're 7. What are you talking about?
That's your 6th one, baby DM.
Yeah, exactly.
Baby DM does have a Ferrari, right?
What do you mean?
Like one of those
Mini
little
one.
yeah.
Ferraris.
Mini Ferraris, but he's got the Jeep, though, now. That's like his thing.
one of those things.
That's
The
because
big wheels,
he saw my Jeep and he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I want to be like Terry.
Yeah.
power wheels.
Power wheels?
Yeah.
No, dude, this thing is like, I mean, it's a gas engine Jeep.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
The one
yeah.
he was towing you on the
Yeah.
thing. I look back, wait, who's
awesome.
driving? Who's
Yeah.
being towed? That's Mark and a little sled behind.
Dude, it's awesome. It's the best.
I'm like, why is Dina back here, not you?
Yeah, that was second one.
That's one thing that's really important to you too, is family, though, right? I noticed that a lot about you as well too. Like, no matter what's going on, you always put the family first and make sure you always take the time for them too.
Dude, I think it's, you know, everyone talks about balance. To me, it's more about priorities, right? So, to me, why are we doing all this stupid shit? Family. At the end of the day, right? You meet all these guys or gals who are like, the reason I'm busting my ass is for the family. It's like, but your family doesn't know who you are. Your kids don't know what you do. What's your kids' favorite food? Like, a lot of people don't know that stuff, right? So, I had good parents, and but they had to work. You know, we have the luxury where we don't have to work. We get to work. And so it's just teaching them, you know, like, I want to be their mentor too.
Yeah.
You know?
What's Dina's favorite food?
Dina's? Italian.
Italian.
Yeah. Takeout. That's
Wait,
her
can
favorite
you cook? Are you a good cook?
food. Who?
You?
No.
No, not at all.
Well, I got
He's like,
Uber Eats.
I got a chef.
I got DoorDash. We did have a chef, but it just, the thing is like, we don't really have like eat on cycles like that. Like, we kind of like,
Feel like prepped in time.
well,
to, like,
yesterday,
go to
for
bed.
example, dude, I had lunch at 3:00. You know, if we have a chef at the house and we're eating at 5:30 every day, like, we're usually eating at 7, 5. You know, it varies so
Yeah.
much.
Random times.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of DoorDash, man, like, hell of a business model. I mean, I order DoorDash constantly. Like,
I know
I
you
want
used
to
to
try
believe in
stuff
it,
because
but
we
at a
don't
certain
cook.
point, time is money, and you realize it saves you time doing that.
Dude, it's amazing. You know, COVID actually helped it drastically.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
It
huge.
crushed it. There's a guy in my complex in Florida that actually created some of that code, and he's like crazy wealthy. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
No
yeah.
shit.
It wasn't called DoorDash; it was called something else, and then I think they kind of bought like the rights of the code. And I might be messing this up just from memory. I think I had a couple drinks that night. I met him, but because he's like this young kid tatted up like crazy, and in a country club, like, you don't see that's not normal. So I'm like, dude, what the hell you do? Actually, I think I said, like, what tech did you create or something stupid? He's like, actually,
this.
yeah.
Now that you mentioned it.
So it's just kind of a funny way, but yeah, dude. I love technology. I love anything scalable like that. I think that's what's cool about DoorDash. Is like just so scalable.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of the networking piece, like, I was at the athletic club this morning and I had on my black and yellow scarf, had on my yellow. Oh, let me show got the yellow tigers.
It all stinks up when you do that.
Yeah, right, man. But
Hey,
you
this
know, I
is
got all my
Victory
Steelers
Tuesday.
gear on.
Victory Tuesday.
And people are like, who the hell is this guy? He doesn't wear a suit. He comes in whenever he wants, right? And so naturally, like, conversations happen more easily because they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yep.
You know? So being different, like, there's power in being different.
It is the power. You know, if you look on TV, look at anybody that has like a TV show. Guy Fieri. You know, crazy goofy hair, big
Oh, dude,
chain.
he's like
That's
Mr.
true.
Columbus now.
Flavor Town, right?
Yeah,
That's
Flavor
what,
Town.
we have a Flavor Town. Where's the bottle
there we
at?
go.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's got alcohol now?
No, we
Our one buddy, his name of his company is Flavortown
at that.
Properties.
Oh, really?
Flavor Town.
Oh, gosh.
I'm like, I'm not gonna open it. till
Thanks,
you get
Travis,
some
for that bottle. Still looking for
Shout out.
sponsors. You too, Coke, if you're looking.
No, I think what's cool about that is, you know, like Gordon Ramsay, his personality's over the top. Like, dude, I'm telling you, me wearing this white hat. It's my uniform,
That is
dude.
your
It's like
thing.
Ronald McDonald.
uniform.
You know, it's part of my uniform, dude. I got to get up and put on the uniform. I was at the basketball game. I took my son to the basketball game a couple days ago, and literally like 4 people knew me. Like, dude, you're the guy with the I see you online, blah, blah, blah. So I got Matt, he's like, oh my God, Evan, what's up? DM, what's up? Like, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I wouldn't even recognize you without the hat.
Yeah, dude, my wife wouldn't either. You know, it's true. It's true, man. It's part of me. I've been wearing it since I was 19 years old, but like, it's a Kang. It's so different.
What
Yeah.
started wearing the hat? Just
Dude, when was that popular, by the way? I mean, it's still popular.
I think my grandfather's time back in the day, right? So I don't know.
immigrants came over from Italy wearing the hats.
That's the golfer hat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of a golfer style hat.
Does it start off as like a style, or is it something that it's like someone handed down, or is it just?
No, you know what
Go
I think? I think if I remember right as a kid, what was the guy Payne, right? What was the guy had knickers? Stuart Payne, right? The golfer
Oh,
guy
yeah,
back in the day. I think he used to wear one, and I was watching him as a kid. I just thought it was different and cool. Again, that's how I remember him, because he was different.
Yeah.
You know? We got to be different.
Got to be different. Man. Absolutely. So, I was getting ready to ask you something.
You've been pumping out a lot of content lately. Is that kind of your main focus now? Because I know you've been heavy on marketing, heavy on branding.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of your main focus in your business now? Is that what creates more of the cash flow coming in?
Yeah, definitely, dude. I think anybody that has one, I only do about 2 hours a week of content. I create and then I hand it off. People chop it up and
That's
dice
how
it up.
much they can chop up in that. That's crazy.
Dude, I can shoot. I shoot a 1 hour. I shoot a 40-minute podcast show. You could probably get like 30, 40, 50 if it's decent, like real clips, micro clips. And then I'll shoot for TikTok. I'll do like 30, but I shoot those and that's a whole month, and that takes like an hour or two max. But it's just like real quick. But at the end of the day, man, I think if people know you, like you, and trust you, the opportunities are absolutely insane. Yesterday, dude, I just took down the business. I got 35%, 33% of it, and just because they follow me.
No shit.
And dude, it's making $12,000 a month already, like net. And he's like, dude, I just need a lift. I need someone that could like help me. I think the big lie is about being a solopreneur, dude. There's nothing exciting about being a solopreneur.
Nothing.
It's scary, it's stressful, it's sad. Like you don't know what to push, And I think that's one thing people don't talk about is like, what's your run rate? What's your if we talked about like what's our monthly personal run rate and our business run rate, I think that inspires the right people. Some people are like, dude, you spend how much? Like this one guy I was talking to, he spends like $180,000 a month. That's his personal life run rate. That's what he spends. And I'm like, I thought I spent a lot.
Yeah.
Now I got to tell my wife I got to kick it up a little bit because we spend a decent amount. But in business, I mean, I think a lot of people see us and they're like, oh yeah, I'm crushing it. When you talk to guys right now, like, dude, I'm crushing it. I always like, what does crushing it mean? And dude, they're like done a deal a month. I'm like, how the fuck's that crushing it? You made $7,000. There's nothing crushing it at all, but again, it's like they're hanging out with 5 of the same people, and everyone else makes $6,000, they make 7, they're crushing it compared to that.
And they hang out at Roosters and feel like they're the guy.
I was there. I used to do the same shit.
Dude, it's literally right here. Like, trust me, I've been that guy.
I did the same shit, man.
And I'm like, fuck, Evans did this shit.
Yeah.
Damn it, I gotta learn.
Yeah. I'll take another 12 wings up first.
Yeah.
To go.
Now, you're definitely a huge advocate of branding yourself and building a brand, right? But at a certain point, like you start also having a team that helps you build that brand. It's not just on your own, even though you're like the main figure or the face of it.
Yeah.
How's it for you? Like, is it still you doing a lot of stuff for yourself, or do you actually have your team, trying to maintain and build it and help you build your brand even more?
Yeah, honestly, man, I'm slow at it because I've kind of not. I don't think as the DM as a brand. I just think it is like.
It is a brand.
Who doesn't want to be a deal maker?
Those are your shoes, man. It's a DM on those shoes.
My boy Sean got these for me as a gift.
Those are nice too.
But it's who doesn't want to be a deal maker to their life?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be a dream maker to their mother? Like that's what it's about, And like we have kids now. Who are they watching? I don't want them watching a sports athlete. Dude, people have a better opportunity to be an entrepreneur than an athlete. Like for real. Like there's kids dreaming. And I know you can do this with no money because that's how we started, right?
Yeah.
So, but being an athlete, that's a whole nother level, dedication, a level. And the best thing about entrepreneurship, dude, we make more and get better as we get longer in the game. Athleticism actually decreases in time, quickly. You might have up to 25, 28 years old. I know you have a lot of athletes here. Like, dude, at a certain age, it's really declining.
You're done.
Yeah.
And like, could you imagine fucking stopping what we're doing in our prime?
Fuck no.
That's why we'd never retire, dude. These guys, they're built to retire quick, young, which is cool, but if they know how to handle the next stage of their life.
Pivot that and
it's
take
tough.
that and just literally replicate all the same traits that made you successful.
It's a tool,
in
you know. Got to
athletics.
use the experience as a tool
Take it
and
in
learn.
business.
Yeah. Like, dude, I couldn't imagine. As an entrepreneur, we can really, like, that's why I love what you're doing with scalers and all that stuff. It's the best to be able to help them. We actually get better by helping people because we have to become more conscious of what we do all day.
Dude, you said one time, you said, look, just do this mastermind. You've got a great product, great business, like, just do the mastermind. You're going to get more out of it yourself by teaching these other people than they're going to get from you.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand it until I did that first mastermind. I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize we did all this stuff in our business.
Yeah.
Then I went through and I'm like, all right, we're going to make a training video on this. We're going to make a training video on this. I didn't realize we did this way.
Yeah.
But understanding, the more you teach, man, the more that you actually learn.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they always say, you know, the teacher learns more than the student, right? Because you got to understand the student is green.
Yeah.
We're kind of thinking, we know where we're taking them, we know where we're at, and we know where we're starting. So it's like now it's just a matter of, and none of that, every person's different. So you got to navigate just like staff and teams, right?
For
you
sure.
got to navigate. Hey man, you know, if I push hard with this person, they actually shut down. If I push hard with this person and get in their face, like they actually spike up. You know, so we're always learning that.
What's something big that you've learned recently?
Big?
Yeah, for yourself.
I don't know that.
Like the most recent thing that you think you've picked up or learned.
Dude, you know, I think right now, especially with what's going on in the market, I was having a conversation on the way down here.
Yeah.
We got to go 10 times harder for the same results.
Oh yeah, right now.
Right now, there's so much noise, there's so much stress, there's so much negativity. We have to combat it constantly just through constant effort. I'm still learning. Like, you know, it's like, how do we do that, right? Through email, through social media, through these
Personal
podcast
branding.
shows, personal branding, connecting. I think we got to start, you know, one thing that's cool too is I think right now is a huge opportunity for all of us to connect with people that we probably could not have connected with a year ago because they were too damn busy in their thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're too busy. There's so much opportunity thrown
It's a whole
out.
new market.
Right now, people are like, fuck, how am I going to pay my mortgage this month?
Yeah.
And then they can collaborate with you guys, and then boom, they make 10 grand a month extra, you know?
Absolutely.
So that's like a big lesson
So
right now.
speaking of teaching, you have the DM family, which 33 guys, right?
Yep.
You have the DM Alliance, which is over 100 strong, I think, at this point, right?
Yep. Mhm.
Why does the rest of the guru world suck?
Well, define suck.
That's the definition of it.
I'm serious. Like, you talked about people trying to pay their bills, pay their mortgages, and this didn't happen 6-8 months ago. But you've got guys coming out of the woodwork that are trying to be an expert in this or expert in that, and they're not an expert at shit. You know, what's cool about like you or, you know, some other people I look up to, you guys have built businesses. You have done this. You've been there. You've been through the shit. You've got all these massive failures and these massive successes.
Mhm.
But you have a lot of these other people that are like, oh, what business did you start? Oh, none? Oh, okay, and I need to pay you 20
I'm my own IG. What are you talking about? I'm a blue check now. I bought my blue check on Twitter.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is why I partnered with these guys yesterday. I love the space. It's in, you know, the trade space. But what's interesting is there's a guy that has 400 people paying him monthly. He's never, ever made over 500 grand a year in his life in business, gross. And he's teaching people how to be a millionaire in the trades industry.
Holy smokes.
And dude, he's printing money, coaching people. And to me, that's like stealing. You know, because you're telling people.
So you're gonna fire him?
Well, I don't know. I like, it's not my business, but like that's why I see the opportunity of what we can do because we've built multi-million-dollar businesses in that space with the guys I'm with. So I'm like, this is like shooting fish in a barrel at this point. So I think like, dude, here's the thing is they're opportunists. You know, I think I remember back in 2000-ish. I remember my office was on Olentangy, 4701 Olentangy River Road back in the day, right there by
that
the
8911 on Tangier Road.
Yeah.
What was that? Powell.
Yeah, what was that apartment complex there?
Oh shoot! Right by the
back
gas.
in the day?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that
I
place
can't
is
think
crazy.
of it right now.
That place used to be
It's still there.
It was a distraction for sure. It wasn't. That's why I moved it. That's why I put my office there.
All in Tangy.
Just in case.
Oh, the Commons?
The Commons.
Yeah,
the
those
Oh
Commons.
my gosh.
That
They
place
redid
is
it and
awesome.
everything, and it's all new colors with the old brown wood
Oh,
and
is
all
it?
that. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been there.
Oh
but,
yeah, that
That thing's
place
a
was
party
it was
pad.
Party
It
pad,
was a
yeah,
good
for
time.
sure.
But I
That's
remember.
where I met Dina.
That's actually it's where her friend worked for me at that office, and that's
Oh, no
how I
way.
did meet Dina. Yeah.
See?
Yeah, it's a true story. So that's been a long time ago. But she's so lucky. But but no, like I think the thing is they're opportunists. And I remember in 2000, someone like, dude, you know, people asked us in the beginning when we're starting, like, dude, I want to learn. Everyone wants to learn real estate. Everyone wants to learn business.
Everyone.
So what happens? You realize how hard it is to do business and do a deal, right? Because you got to raise money, you got to find title, you got to do all these pieces. And I saw your post yesterday. Like they're like, should I hire a realtor? You're like, dude, you hire everybody. You get everyone helping you.
Yeah, everyone.
Anybody that will come and help you, you have them help you. And I think that's what you realize. Like I remember, because Jim was my first student. I charged him $8,000, and I called my mentor. His name was Mike. I'm like, dude, it was that first watch in Upper Arlington. He was the manager. Okay. And he's like, why are you always here? I always have all my direct mail pieces out. I'm like, every morning, right? I'm like figuring out where we're plotting and going and buying. And he's like, dude, I want to learn real estate. And I was like, I don't want to really teach it. I'm not a good teacher. He's like, I'll just do a ride along. Come, give me a couple days. So I did like a 1 month training for $8,000. The guy made like $40,000 on his first deal in the first week. And I'm like, keep in mind, I was scared to death to charge this guy. Right, because I'm like, this is a big responsibility. But I think some people don't have that like thought. Like you're actually taking someone's money, you got to produce. And
it's a responsibility,
right? It's huge, dude. It's a huge like.
Keep talking about other people's money and using it, but once you do that, it's a whole different level of responsibility. You're investing in someone else's livelihood, their money, their investment. It's not just yours. If you mess up, okay, that's mine. I've known up to it, but
yeah. How do you decide you're ready to be able to teach someone, right, or to be able to do that?
Maybe you don't.
I don't think you're
dude,
ready.
it's hard. Honestly, it's hard. It's hard if you care.
Yeah.
It might not be hard if it's just a number, churn and burn, sell that. I think that's the difference too. Is you have different types of people. You have sales companies, you have training companies, and then if you can get both, that's like ideal. Because you need to sell if you're going to do that. But it's tough, man. But I think when you decide is when you wake up and you don't have the umph in your step. Like to me, it's like I get excited when a student, like, dude, I get more excited when a guy does his first deal or this, than I do my next deal. I've forgot about my last deal, but I know, Fraser's last deal he just did. I'm very crystal clear. I'm very excited for him because I know that's like the life-changing moment, the pivot moment where he's like, aha, I get it now. So that's like the neatest part of the whole game.
He's got a mastermind coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool thing for him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why are people so loyal to you? I feel like you've got a good following and people like
you're a real person. Yeah. That's why you're not a guru.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think
got a real loyalty for the people that follow you or in your groups.
I'm going to add this. Yeah. One of the things that you do a very good job of, and I look at my Scalers Only community in the same exact way, is you figure out, hey, how can I partner with you? Hey, how can we do business together? How can we make something work together?
Yeah.
And there's no competition. It's all collaborative.
Yeah.
And instead of just presenting information or hey, I'm doing this, jump on this. It's like, hey, you got this great idea. Let's partner on it. We were talking about the gym, for instance. You're like, dude, I'd love to partner on that.
Absolutely.
Don't take that away.
After,
don't.
and that was probably 10 months ago. But after we talked about it, I'm like,
that was a great call, dude. I remember.
Dude, it was a really great conversation. And then boom, bought the building and now own 50% of that business. And it's going to crank, man. Mm-hmm. And it already is. So
it's a risk
but I think that's one of the things that you do really well is you figure out how to partner with people.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing is too with loyalty, dude. I'm loyal. So I think leaders drive what they are. So I want loyalty in my life, like I'll be loyal to them. To me, like this stuff is not about making money. I'm already making money. It's cool to make more, and I want to see everyone here make more money. It's like sunshine. Like if he makes more money, it doesn't mean I lose money. That means we can all go out and get more sun rays and make more money together and just keep growing. But loyalty to me is like, dude, it's a dying breed, man. That's actually the hardest part in the group, and you're gonna experience this as you get bigger. Is like when people leave.
Cut on doing their own, like they don't understand the whole togetherness concept.
Which
is all right to go do your own stuff too, but there's still some people don't know how to collaborate.
When people leave and they're like, and they leave and like viciously leave and take your people.
It's good if they leave and you see them succeed and it's like all good. That's the best part. Seeing people do that. It's like, what I was part of that.
Take your people.
Yeah. When they viciously do it, that's horrible. It's like, man, you used that. It's just.
Yeah, but then I also think like, damn, I'm so glad that happened because if it didn't happen today and we got 5 years later, it'd be a bigger problem. So it's almost like they wean themselves out of your life.
They come and go.
Yeah, they do. But I want dude, I'm like. I love people. That's a good and bad problem. Like I love to see people win. I just love I love people that want to grow. Now I'm not like about the persons I complain. I'm not friends with people that complain all day and all that shit. Like I get to wake up and talk to guys about making their dreams come true. Like that's the best job in the world,
Yeah, and that's not exhausting at all.
No, dude. It's actually it gets you
It's
excited.
encouraging.
It's fuck. That's why I'm up at 2:30 this morning.
Yeah, why were you up at 2:30?
Dude, I'm excited for this. Like, this is like a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, Mark, you're going to your chiropractor at 6 a.m.?
Yeah.
I'm like, what chiropractor's open at 6?
Yeah. I'll get you someone here in Columbus.
I mean, our successes are based on other people that we work with and see them grow too.
Yeah.
I mean, for you, I'm not saying that no one's more successful than another, but what do you think has been your biggest success story as far as like someone that you've helped grow or someone that you've seen succeed really big or something like that?
Well, it's a good question. I don't think like that because, everyone that I'm rolling with are hard ass workers.
That's what I mean. Like everyone's on that.
And they're like, I don't think any of us
Someone
have
that started from
potential.
like less. That's got like.
Our dude Bratz is a great example.
Bratz.
He came in our group. I'm not taking any credit for any of his effort, but like the fucker, like, dude, I remember telling him, I was like, dude, it's 35 grand. He's like, well, I can't. How did I tell my wife that? I want to retire. I'm like, this is the way you retire, right? It's almost the chicken before the egg effect, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, like this, like I see where you're at and I know how to get you there. Like I've been there, done that. And the questions you're asking are like not the questions that are going to get you where you want to go. So it really comes down to the questions, right? If you ask better questions, you get better answers. So like he went from 100 to 400, and then now he's has tons of real estate. I mean that's like a big
stuff like that's
dude.
awesome.
There's so many cool stories.
There's been one for me like that always stands apart. It's not even like the guy made a lot of millions of dollars or anything. Maybe he is now. I don't know. But literally, I used to have a restaurant in Short North in 2006 and 7 as well. And this guy used to always bum, used to walk around and be like, hey, can I have money? Can I have money? I'm like, listen, bro, you come in here and you do a bathroom for me, 3 times a week. I'll give you a burger. I'll give you a drink. You want a beer or whatever, this and that. And I'll give you $20.
Nice.
And so I started doing that. And then we ended up selling the restaurant and everything. And, I don't know what happened. I see him 2 years later and I'm pulling into the Short North when there were still parking lots there before they built everything. So literally I pull up and this guy comes running towards the car. I'm like, what is this guy? What the heck's happening? And he asks the window, he's like, hey, I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, buddy? How you been? He's like, dude, and it's a guy that I pretty much helped out. He used to be a homeless guy on the street.
That's cool.
He pretty much started, he's like, man, you inspired me to, actually I could do something. No one ever gave me a chance to. And the fact that you gave me this was like so meaningful. And like, you know what? I have a self-value and that just meant a lot. I'm like, that's awesome, man. What are you doing nowadays? Like, because of that, I actually started up this thing called the Homeless Valet.
Oh, yeah.
And so what he was doing was literally people, when you put money in a meter, you're always over, right? So he'd sit at the parking lots. And if someone has $5, he'll take the $5 and just keep feeding someone's meter, or you'll have a team of people do it now. And whatever they don't use, when they come back and leave, they pocketed the rest. And that was money for them, So he took money from that, bought a little cell phone, I guess, and then started doing some other stuff. And he enrolled in Columbus State. And he's like, I'm in Columbus State now, and I'm riding the bus. I got a cell phone. I even got a business card. I'm like,
That's awesome.
Bro, when you're a billionaire, don't forget me. I mean, but like stuff like that, just so meaningful seeing people do things like that and the stories behind it. But
That's
I think that's
awesome.
what gauges our success too, is how many people you can impact and what kind of impact you have.
Giving.
Yeah.
Giving,
It's not about being
encouragement, dude.
Yeah,
It's so
success, the word
powerful.
changes,
Yeah.
It's about significant. That's my new word, is being significant. Not successful anymore, but being significant to somebody else or
powerful.
to society or to life as well.
That's cool, man. I think what's neat about that is, we've all had that thing, like, when you hear it from someone that you believe, you hear it differently. So it's like you can encourage people as we get a bigger voice in life, and people in repetition, right? Might take 5, 7 years, 10 years, or 100 years, but whatever. But then they hear it. It's time. It's a timing game we're all playing.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, like I've had people that I know, other mentors have told them exactly what I've told them. I just told them different conviction, different in
your way.
Yeah, in my way, and they heard it, and that's like, aha.
Be in the right mindset too. Someone that's ready to have it too.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that we would have learned at a young age, shoot, teach me how to make $1 million when I'm 18. That would have been blown in a second. I don't know.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for now.
Yeah.
Right?
How many kids would you have had?
What do you think of
things worked out?
economy-wise? What do you think's going on with everything nowadays?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
remember seeing, you used to always post about crypto.
Yeah.
I don't see that much anymore. That's in this industry in general, but why is that? Is just like
Well,
you're holding
I
on
like
to it,
crypto
or-
a lot.
You're still into crypto?
Yeah, dude. I'm down a couple million, 3, 5 million. I don't even know how many. I stopped. Truth is, I'm in.
I had to quit looking too.
But here's the thing: is what does it?
You're a long-term believer in it then.
I'm a massively long-term believer
right.
in it. To the point where I want to create facilities and mine it and all that stuff at this
Yeah.
point. Because again, like we all hear that saying, when there's blood on the streets, that's when we excel.
Yep.
But that's Monday night quarterback. That's Monday quarterbacking on Sunday, big days, right? So there's blood on the streets right now. The question is, how are you controlling your emotions to deal with the opportunity? And a lot of people right now clearly are freezing up. They're freaking out,
Well, they put
freezing
too
up,
much
and
into
or
it. They
over
shouldn't have
leverage.
to. Yeah,
they're
there you
over
go.
leveraged. I don't have any leverage. My stuff's all cash. So if it goes up or down. I want it to go up, like all of us do, but I don't believe you deserve a big win if you can't handle the big loss. In that genre, in crypto.
Yeah.
But dude, like crypto's down what, 80%, certain, maybe more on some of them.
850 billion.
Some of the stocks are,
Yeah.
but look at like stocks though, dude. Like even stocks.
Yeah.
I mean, what's Facebook down? I mean, 70%, 60.
Ridiculous.
I
Zoom,
shorted
all
earlier
these-
today and made some money on it, so let
Yeah.
it go down today.
But like, you know, I think the thing is, the only economy, I wrote a book about this, me economy, the only economy I can control is me. And what drives me, what motivates me or demotivates me? Me, I don't wake up, I honestly, I don't even know what crypto is at right now.
Yeah.
Because I haven't looked at it for a decent amount of time. But I know it's not going up, because if it's going up, all my buddies are texting me. So,
You're gonna see it on Facebook.
yeah. But no, listen,
Rocket ships.
I think what I'm doing is being more conscious of, again, as our voice gets amplified, people take my words as like, go do it.
Yeah.
And then if it goes, but
It's his fault. Mark Evans told me to do it. It's like, dude.
Dude, it's out of context
Yeah.
too, right? Like, okay, I might be putting 3% of my net worth in this.
Yeah.
And that seems like a lot of money to them. And then they go put all their money in it. Like, I wouldn't know if it's gone or not,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know. But I will notice it if it goes up 1,000x.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a contrast. That's in everything that we see online, though,
Yeah.
right?
But I think it's like you can only risk what you're willing to lose too. You know,
You can say that a million times.
People
but
still won't do it. They'll
Yeah.
take it in like, I'm put it all in there.
They
And
FOMO, and then they
Yeah.
they think they have all this risk tolerance until they lose it all. I was on a phone conversation with a guy yesterday who literally made, I think it was like 1.1 million, put it all into Bitcoin, family, kids, big house, big mortgage, had to move out of LA, had to move to Vegas, like
Come on.
crazy.
He
dude.
was sold the dream.
Yeah. And, bought Bitcoin at 55 grand thinking he was a genius when it went up to 61.
He could
It's
be
like,
10 years
I'm
from
up,
now.
You know,
Just
that's
not
what
right now.
But if you're using
Yeah.
money that you need in the short term,
You can't
over
do
the
that.
long, and you're playing a long game with it, it's a
Yeah.
recipe for disaster.
It is, but like if you ever see these memes, like, dude, if you bought Apple stock in 1986, it'd be worth this. What they forget to tell you is all the ups and downs and sideways,
Yeah.
the emotional roller coaster,
Yeah.
everything else that happens in there. No one fucking held on that unless you were like landlocked in that.
Yeah.
That's so
Like
true.
you sign documents, you can't sell this shit. Period. That's the only way you're gonna keep it, because it's like, again. But what game are you playing? I don't think most people have an investor DNA.
It's
We all have a
emotions.
different-
Emotions get it, and that's the worst thing when you're. I got into options trading. I even told you when I was first doing it. That was one of the biggest things too, is emotional trading and emotions. Like you see it and you can't control.
Oh.
You're a human being, And when you first start seeing something like, oh my god, it's 30%. What the heck? It's just stuff that you can't control. You have to kind of force yourself and realize, you know what? No, I might feel this, but my mind knows. Stick to your plan and stick to your strategy, and kind of go towards stuff like that.
Make a plan, trade the plan.
Yep.
You get emotions involved, dude, it's over. Because then you start chasing trades.
Exactly.
And it's not good. It
Risk
doesn't end well.
management, that's key. But everything in life, but especially in trading.
Exactly.
Dude, what are some of the biggest opportunities you see right now, especially going into whatever the hell we're going into?
Yep.
I think that's the biggest
Or if
question.
we're already in it.
Dude, we're in it.
Yeah, we're in it.
We're in it. Right?
Dude, we're in
Like,
Pennsylvania talking about this. I
Yeah.
mean, we're in it.
If we're not in it, then what the heck's going to happen when we are in it? That's what the question I keep bringing up is. People are like, it's
people
not a
are still-
recession.
people are
Bro,
still using hope as an investment.
I know, right?
Like,
Yeah. What was the question?
biggest opportunities going into whatever the hell we're going into.
Dude, the biggest opportunity is keep investing in yourself. Like knowledge up right now. Like I said, on the way here, I had 4 calls with different people, and everybody I'm telling the same thing. Work 10 times as harder, be more creative, and execute relentlessly. You will. And what's cool about that is, say if it takes 2 years, which I think it'll take at least 2 years to get out of it. But when you get out of it, this shit goes up like a hockey puck.
Oh,
stick,
yeah.
dude. It's going because your behaviors have edited to what's going on in the environment to maintain. But when it frees up, dude, like it goes straight up, dude. It's game over.
If you succeed during these times, you'll thrive when everything's going well.
Absolutely, dude. Right now, I'm telling you, this is the perfect opportunity to see who the real winners are.
Everyone
it's
can
gonna
all
take
say
a
when you're
winning
winning.
mentality.
Yeah.
When everyone's winning, it's not hard to win. But
No.
when it's tough and you're still, doing all right, and I mean, a lot of people blame politics and presidents or whatever. It's like, to me, honestly, I don't care who the president is. It's either going to be harder for me to make the money, or it'll be easier. But either way, I'm going to make the damn money.
Yep.
That's the
Absolutely,
way it needs
Smart.
to be.
This is a mentality thing, though. I mean,
Mindset's
Yeah.
huge. It really
I
is.
think a lot of people aren't talking about that. Like, yeah, you're going to have to work 10 times fucking harder over the next, 12, 24, 36 months. 6 months ago, we were talking about fucking automation. We were talking about delegation, all this shit. Dude, you got to fucking work right
You
now.
gotta pick up a
Get on
phone
the phone.
and get cold call. Yeah, literally.
knock on a door, get on the phone, connect with people, get on podcasts,
Yes.
show up in personal. Right now, relationships will crush it.
Double
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, double down on that.
You see any parallels between 2006, 7, 8? Because I wasn't in back then. I bought my first house in 2010.
Okay.
got into.
Did you overbid on it? Did you wait
did.
inspection on it? Did you?
I didn't have to do any of that back then. Right? I bought that shit for $79,000. By the way,
Not $1, by the way. Before I get on that, what's the cheapest house you ever bought?
Like free.
Free?
Yeah. Well, I wrote a book about it called $1 Deals.
One
But,
book.
you know, I literally bought a house on Highland for $1. Swear to God.
So you had a dollar house too. So
Yeah.
you have 2 people with dollar houses now.
Yeah. And actually,
It's
I actually did not buy it. My son bought it in his IRA.
Ooh.
And we sold it for $49,000. Yeah. So net. That's a good deal. We need more of those.
You're welcome, baby Dia.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, do you see any parallels between then and today, or is this some completely different?
It's different. It's different, right? Because they printed money this time to the world, right? To everybody. Back then, it was just. I mean, they were giving 125% mortgages on houses to strippers in the pool. She owns more houses than I did, and I'm like, wait, this is weird. You should be giving me money. I should be giving you money. But
I love that movie.
but no, I mean, that's the truth, dude. That's like real, and I think. But there's lots of parallels. There's humans involved.
Sure.
People got very excited and they over leveraged. They didn't keep their head on a pivot. Because I mean, listen, good times don't last forever. And I think
people do.
Yeah, tough people do, right? But there will be huge opportunities with what's going on, right? Like as long as you're not over leveraged, I think if you have private money people in your life, you need to start moonlighting them, talking to them, letting them know it's okay. We're still focused. Show them all your books if you need. Like do whatever you can to keep them engaged because money will save. It's going to make you more money right now.
Absolutely.
For sure.
For once, cash is king a little bit right now.
Oh,
Turn
dude.
again.
It's the hottest. You're the hottest person in the room if you have cash.
I will say that maybe it was a mindset shift for me, or maybe it's just now, but I'm finding it way easier to raise money than what it was 6 months ago. Because 12 months ago, people were, I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to get in real estate. I'm going to do this. People are just trying to protect right now, and they want to find the protectors.
Yeah, I think that's partially it, but also I think you're probably selling it with different conviction as well. You're probably saying, yo, this is fucking real. Like, I got crypto to show you it's down. I got stocks to show you it's down. My real estate's up.
My real estate's up right now, yeah.
Because back then, it was easy because stock were up. Crypto was, it was easy for us too, right? Everything was easy. But now it's like, dude, like, you better put your shit in, like, real assets. Where else are you going to get 6, 8, 10, 12% on your money? Like, nowhere. And more importantly, it's not return on money, it's return of money as well, right? How liquid is it? How quick is it? How quickly can I get it back? Like, we always did a thing if we took money, it's like, dude, just give me a 90 days heads up, worst case scenario, and then we'd always pull them out with someone else's money in like 48 hours. Yeah. Because like
just replace.
Yeah. No,
in
dude,
out, one in, one
that's
out.
one thing. So I used to do that very on purpose back in the day. I would always, when you're doing deals and you got like the easy investors that just give you money all the time, whatever. I would always find new investors, and I didn't really have anything for them, so I'd replace my other investor. So I would like cycle money and I'd stair step them in. And then the other investor, guess what? They're like, dude, I don't want my money back. How do I get another deal? And then you go get another deal. And then you get another person like, hey, a new person. So if you're not doing that on purpose consistently, you actually shrink your pool of private investors, Because, dude, last thing you want to be is having 3 like big dog investors and shit dries up.
Yeah.
It sucks. I've been there. Terry's like, shit, I'm there right now.
It's like monkey rolling money. You remember monkey rolls back in the day?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I could never get that shit right.
No.
Wrestling practice back in the day? No, I never got it right. I always fuck that up.
There's a big difference, though. Do not take someone else's money to pay someone else's interest and returns.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I lost $2 million from a guy doing that to me.
Oh, Jesus.
It wasn't the Bitcoin guy, was it?
No, it's the
Amazon
guy.
store?
The guy I was talking about in the cigar bar.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. He was robbing from Paul to pay Peter, right? And it was a musical chair thing, and the music stopped.
Yeah, well, he's screwed.
Yeah, well, I was screwed. He snagged me for a couple mil, but it is what it is. It's
Learning lessons expensive.
Well,
Some
not
are more
only that,
costly
man.
than others, but it's a lesson still.
What's that? I see a thing all the time. It's like, if you want to make thousands, lose dollars. If you want to make hundreds of thousands, lose thousands of dollars, millions. It's like, so it's a real thing, dude. I'm not waking up saying I can't wait to lose millions of dollars today. But it's dude, Tom Brady doesn't show up to the football field knowing that he doesn't have a chance to lose. How else do you win? It's the only way to win.
No, he knows he's not going to lose.
Yeah.
Like, it's Tom Brady.
He lost on FTX.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
He lost to the
interesting.
Cleveland Browns too.
When the
What is
shit
that
really
guy
comes
doing?
out,
He's
that'll
still
be
in
interesting.
Bahamas, the Sam dude.
He's back. They arrested him.
Extradited.
They did arrest him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They snagged him.
So you think people start off that way? like they're just pieces of shit, or do you feel like
They get caught up, I think so.
They get caught up and then they have no other way out, and they're just afraid to kind of let the music stop when it should stop?
Well, here's dude, your ego gets in the way, right? So I don't think, dude, you have to be a real fucking psycho to wake up and say, I'm gonna create this massive scheme.
I mean, billions of dollars. Holy crap!
32 bill, right, or something stupid like that. I think that, dude, I think it just got so big, and people started telling him stuff that he believed, and he believed it. And there was so much. You don't call your people and say, hey, right, because you don't think it's ever going to stop. And not only that, you're very smart. You think you're going to work your way out of it. It just didn't happen.
Or
and they got some big backers.
Here we go.
too.
Or he's willing to lose $32 billion because he's going to make $100 billion.
Yeah, you can't make that in prison. I don't think you can do that in prison.
Even the mob couldn't do
$27. He's going to make 8 cents an hour, dude.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they
gosh.
had everyone back in that.
Is that what it is,
Mr.
Jim?
Wonderful, Tom
8 cents
Brady.
I think so. It's something stupid like that. Yeah.
You're also business minded
What'd you
too. What are you doing for fun?
I
lately?
didn't know what you got
What
paid
am I
in
doing
prison
for fun?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and what you do, obviously you do for fun. Your the livelihood, the work, that's fun for you. But like, what do you do like besides that gets your mind off of stuff nowadays?
Dude, I 100% hang out with the kids and do business. That's fun.
Yeah. Got any travel
Like
plans or anything lately?
scheming. Yeah, so I mean, we're getting ready to head back to Florida, but I was telling my wife I was thinking about taking off for like 60 days and going to travel around the world again for a minute with the kids. I'm not sure if we're going to do that or not, but like it's kind of like weighing on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Like something's telling me to do it. I don't know why. Maybe the plane goes down. That's why. I hope not. Not gonna
No,
lie.
it shouldn't.
But no, but for fun, dude. Like, I don't know, man. I love pursuing the next step. To me, that's like, can I do it?
We got the family to balance though too, so it's not always about
Yeah.
what you have, because now you have 2 kids.
Yeah, dude.
You didn't have before, so now you got to like weigh that and like, wait, I want to do this, but I got to spend time with them too and make
Yeah.
sure the balance is there.
I got a proud dad moment.
Priorities are.
Yeah, proud dad moment last night. So I've been asking the kids, I want to create some kids books, right? I'm like, Mark, we should do like a lawn care or a lemonade stand. Dad, he's like big into this like plane simulator thing. I want to do a plane simulator book. I'm like, not many people are buying plane simulators, Mark. Keep in mind, so like he literally, like I'm downstairs smoking a cigar, doing whatever, playing with Drea, and he goes in his little classroom because we homeschool, and he sits down, and he reads 4 pages of a book. He's like, chapter 1, written by Mark Evans. And I'm like, this is pretty cool. When he comes in, he's like all proud. I'm like, shit, this kid's watching me. This is awesome.
Awesome.
I was like, Mark, you need to hire a ghostwriter because you're working way too hard.
You need to outsource that shit, son.
Didn't have little 5-year-olds running around.
Have I not
He's
taught
my
you
friend.
well?
China ain't got none on me soon. But no, I think it's, dude, fun is a interesting concept though, right? Like I love this shit's like the best, right? This is
Yeah.
fun. But anything, it's kind of hard, man, because like when you want to take your family everywhere with you, but also they don't understand what we do, what we're doing is fun.
Yeah.
They're like, come on, Dad, I
You're
want to go
always
play.
working.
Yeah, so it's like, I think that you got to set rules and boundaries
Yeah.
and that stuff too. But dude, I'm done by like 5 o'clock hanging out, so it's not like I'm crazy with them,
Do you think traditional schooling is?
Oh, it's a joke.
Yeah.
I've always, because I was in the system, so I knew it was like, dude, like you can like literally go to school and figure out how to get like 4 study halls in a row. So you don't- like I was manipulating the
That's a
market.
real
for-
The laziest people are the smartest.
It is. It's like
Schedule it so you have this, then you have lunch, and then
Yeah. Pivoting.
I'm still not sure how I graduated high school because you're supposed to take like a foreign language like 1 year at least. And I did my senior year and I did it for 2 weeks. I'm like, I can't do this shit. And somehow I like got a study hall instead and they like graduated me. I like manipulated myself around. I was like, oh, I got to help the, what is the librarian or whatever, move books around.
That's
So
how
they
you learn
let me-
sales, right?
Yeah. Well, dude, like in school, they call it cheating. I called it collaborating. I'm like, I'm really good at math. You're really good at
I'm not
English.
stealing test answers. We're working together.
But think about that. School, like, dude, you're better at a subject than I am. Why the hell why are we trying to like work really hard to get good at something I don't even enjoy? Like that they're creating like people. It's
Robots.
dude, it's on purpose.
That's what it's built for, right?
Yeah.
I mean, someone was talking about even how I forget which guest we have, even like when the bell goes on, it's like a clock in, clock out. The bell goes on, you leave,
100%.
bell comes out, lunchtime, like same like a factory worker.
What was the series Titans of America?
Oh, yeah.
Like they built the school system to create workers.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Well, dude,
there's no schooling to own your own business. There's no schooling for entrepreneurship. There's none of
Yeah,
that.
there is.
Well, yeah.
Scalar.
Scalers DM, here
Yeah,
you go.
No, I
I'll stay
think
up for the next 2 weeks.
I think the best thing is like homeschooling. We have an amazing teacher. She comes from 8:30 to 12:30. Mark's a little older. He's 7, so he goes from 8:30 to 11:30 with her solo, and then Drea's only 3, so she goes from 11:30 to 12:30. But Mark still stays in there, reads books, plays, and she does her thing. But dude, I think it's a massive hack. Dude, I know 2 guys that never went to school in their whole life. They lived on a farm. And these are like some very successful guys.
Probably
they know
the
how to
hardest
communicate, hardworking, communication skills are on point. They love people. It's just they have a different view of life. And the older we get and the more we know, right, is like, that's the whole reason I became an entrepreneur. So school was probably good for me because I knew what I didn't want. Like, I don't want to sit around and talk about nothing. I want to do something. That's why I didn't like school. I wanted to get out and do something, be productive. And school creates, just
People
monkeys,
going
dude.
through the
Just
motions.
Go through the motions.
Yep.
And not only that, dude, this is hard for me as an owner and in businesses too. And I don't know if you guys deal with this, but like, I'm not good at telling people good job. You get a gold star, but that's how they teach you in school.
Yeah.
Everyone gets pizza.
Yeah, everyone gets pizza.
Everyone gets ice
gold
cream.
stars because you got an A.
It never used to be that way though.
No?
But now it is.
That's how it was when I was in school, dude.
Oh, really?
Like, you're getting stars and whatever, and like,
I got detentions. What the
Oh,
heck?
I
I'm getting a
definitely-
star.
But what's crazy is like, we had conversations with all our employees like 3 weeks ago. I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago or so. And one of our senior employees literally came in. He's like, last time you told me good job. He's like, I'm not coming in here like wanting a raise. He's like, I just want you to acknowledge that I'm doing well. And I was like, holy shit. That's crazy to me.
Well, go do something well, and I'll fucking tell you you're doing something well.
I'm like, good job, man. Now
Yeah.
get back out there.
No, I think, listen, it's something we got to be conscious of because, again, this is like leadership, leading
yeah.
people and understanding what makes them tick.
People are some more sensitive nowadays too.
Yeah.
They put it out there.
Yeah,
Depends on the age group.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely some of that, but also who raised these young kids? It's the older people that talk shit about them. It's like, guys, we kind of are creating our own problem.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to create like real humans that are productive in the environment, that are great givers, great, just professional and just genuinely nice people and givers. But not my daughter. Hopefully she doesn't do anything. She's locked in the closet till she's 50. But no, I think we have to do acknowledgement or teaching our team leads to do that for us. Because they can do it through us. They don't have to be at us doing it. We could just like have a structure. It's easier said than done. But like, how do we like have like moments where they get celebrated in the process?
Yeah.
Because I don't need anybody to tell me I'm doing a good job. Actually, I prefer you not tell me I'm doing a good job.
Good job.
Yeah, I want to go work. I want to go work harder.
Yeah.
That
guy, it's like, you're doing
good,
a
but you can
shitty
do better.
job. Let's go. Get back out there.
Dude, truth is,
Go run through a brick wall.
if people tell me I'm doing a good job, that means I'm like, I have blind spots. Seriously, I'm like, oh fuck, what am I missing?
It makes you
Something's going
comfortable
on.
or something.
Dude, I get really weird about it. I'm like, man, something's off. Because it's not normal for someone to tell me good job. And if they're saying that, I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Do gooder.
Do gooder. Someone around the corner is coming back. Who's quitting? Who's
You're
Who's
the only one here. It's got like a nice education.
Yeah. Well, I
I kicked out of private school.
Yeah.
For having a business.
Yeah.
In 6th grade. I think
Selling
it was. No, not even. Dude, it was awesome. Like certain questionable magazines with questionable pickle, then Walden bookstores that were 18 and over. I used to have high schoolers buy them and distribute them to middle schoolers and put them in a locker. And I would pay $5 above magazine price. I would charge $15 over magazine price because the school I was with had a lot of wealthy students there.
Nice.
And they would pay it, and I never even touched the money. They would put the money in my locker, and at the end of the day, I'd come to my locker, and I got cash. I'd be going around
Where's your
buying
cash
girls like
box?
little candy. Like, oh, you want the box? Take the box. Here you go. Laffy Taffy, I got you.
Bobby Cash.
But then I got blackmailed. Seriously, I learned about this in like 5th, 6th grade, what blackmail is. This kid's like, if you don't give me something, I'm going to tell on you. And I was like, go tell on me. And he did.
He did.
And now everyone gets blackmailed.
telling the truth.
Well, I think that is a misconception in entrepreneurship world because we do live in a kind of a little bubble. But like, you don't have to grow up poor. You don't have to grow up hard times and be a dummy in school like I was. You could be like very smart, but like just want more out of life.
Yeah.
Were your parents entrepreneurial, right?
Father was a doctor, so I was, Asian, brown. I should have been a doctor. Kind of broke that mold.
Well,
They hated you.
I was going to say they probably hated you for a minute, right?
Actually,
That's
it
like a
didn't
big deal.
hate. Well, it was a big deal actually, and this and that. But at a certain point, I think that's what they knew growing up.
Yes.
And from coming from an immigrant family and all that, it's doctor, lawyer, and that's what you're learned to. Because schools over there are all like brainwashed. Literally, it's all about school. They don't even teach athletics. There's no PE. It's just learn, smart, do this. If you're not a doctor, you can't take care of your family, and that's what it's about.
And so to them, it was, if you're not going to be a doctor, you might not be able to take care of your family. But once they see you being successful and doing different things and actually seeing that you can make a living for yourself, that was what gave them the relief. Like, okay, it's all good, and they're super happy. But yeah, that's different, especially from different countries. Like in America, you have that, the whole entrepreneurship and all that stuff being put in businesses and this and that. But different countries still, like especially Asian countries, doctor, lawyer, that's what you need to be in order to take care of your family, because you can't do businesses in different countries.
No, I think that's one thing, like I realized as I got more mature, is you can't be mad about your parents, how they treated you or said or what. They know you got to realize how they were trained. Yeah. You got to realize how their parents were trained.
Exactly.
Like, there's a linear. That's why we got to break the mold. We got to break that cycle. I don't think my kids will ever go to college. They might. But
up to them.
Yeah, I'll let them do whatever they want.
If they want to be a doctor, let them go to college.
I don't want a YouTube doctor operating on me. Sir, I dropped my Rolex in your stomach. If you have a tick, I'll need 20,000 more.
Exactly. It's titanium. We'll be okay. But no, I think it's something cool. And we got to be mindful of this as we have children, that, what we believe is not always correct either to our kids, right? Because they're growing up in different times. And we got to adjust or adapt or be attentive to it,
Absolutely.
Let them do plane simulator books, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're seeing, like, these kids are way smarter than us.
Oh, 100%.
In a lot of ways.
Yep.
I mean, you look at the content piece, doing this stuff, shows, podcasts, content, all this stuff.
Yep.
They know what's hot. They know what's trending. They know, they just know more than us.
They're just toilet papering at their age. They're like looking at all this, like, what the heck?
They're like, how can I work smarter and make a lot of money in Bitcoins?
Yeah. Dude, I truly think my kids could be like the first billionaires in the family, or trillionaires, right? By then, it might be $1 trillion. It might be, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
inflation's going
100 is a new dollar bill, right?
I mean, I swear to God, I remember being like 15 years old. I'm like, dude, $1 million, you're like stupid rich.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
have $1 million. Now, if you have $1 million, you're like, I'm kind of in
Was there
trouble.
a song, If I Had $1 Million?
Yeah.
Like, even like Kanye West, he's worth $2 billion. He's like, I only got $100 million in cash.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a huge problem. Like,
Yeah.
that dude's broke.
Yeah.
I mean,
You think they'd rewrite that
not
song?
a lot.
lifestyle, yeah.
They need to rewrite that If I Had $1 Million song. Now he's like, if I had $1 million, I'd be broke. What's your guilty
Joe
pleasure
Biden.
lately? Minus cigars. Personal
Guilty
pleasure.
Stop doing porn.
Have
Guilty.
you joined that bandwagon too? I might. Okay.
No, dude, it's a big deal.
He was just trying to promote on
No
OnlyFans.
porn.
He's like, what's the newest, hottest, and latest?
Well,
Let's get on
I only
OnlyFans
had
to keep
one
people-
fan, so I was like, OnlyFans isn't for me. No. I was my own fan. No, guilty pleasure. Dude, I just love making people happy that can't do it themselves, like financially stuff. So, I was able to take my in-laws to that trip we did.
Yeah.
They would never do that on their own. Not that they don't have the money. They're old school.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, I only have this much money the rest of my life. I hope I don't outlive my money. So I loved on that stuff. I loved on the turkey bowl we just did at our
I saw
house.
that. That's a blast.
Spend like $7,000 on that, and it's like more the build up for me. Like, what can I do this year? Fire. Oh yeah, I gotta do fire. Okay,
I saw that
smoke
coming out and
bombs.
everything.
Yeah,
Like an
That was
actual
sweet
football
as heck.
game?
Yeah,
Yeah, they had a full
hell
football
yeah.
field and the lines and everything.
Yeah.
Who won, by the way?
Who do you think? Winners win. So we did. Evans win. Dude, my son's like pissed off because I didn't throw him the ball. I'm like, dude, we're down one. We're winning this fucking game. Get out
I'm
of the
sorry,
way.
so you're
He's like, you weren't open.
Yes.
It's just a game,
Yeah.
fucker.
Oh, dude, he takes off running, crying. I'm like, dude, you're out. Replacement. We're winning this
You
game.
might be crying, but we won.
44-25. We won
He
again.
even knows
Like
the
Michigan,
score. I
Ohio
love
State.
it.
Oh,
Oh,
100%, dude. But no, I think like I love like creating stuff. I think we all do. Like that, if I'm getting a business and creating something more of it, or like, house or office building, like I just love progression.
Yeah. What was the one thing also we asked everyone kind of, when you were younger, what did you want to be when you grew up? Like, did you expect
I just wanted to be rich.
Just
I
rich,
didn't
whatever
know.
it is.
Dude, I knew I had to work hard,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be rich. But where I grew up,
Not when you're 7 years old, though. I mean, like when you're young.
dude,
like,
I saw my dad and him do
Really?
construction my whole life.
So that's when you knew then, like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
I always knew because I was in elementary. I'd pray for rain because they don't go outside for recess,
Yeah.
and then I would sell my sister's toys at recess.
Oh,
So they're Barbie dolls and shit. I'm selling bracelets for a quarter. Like it was crazy, but I always knew I wanted to do something like that and just be around with
Yeah.
people and like grow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Who was the rich person that you saw? Like, you're coming out with a documentary, which you kind of showed a preview, and it's really cool, like seeing the house you grew up in, parents, like the whole town.
Yeah.
You bought your dad a Corvette, too, I saw. That was really cool.
Really?
But who was like the first rich person that you saw? And you're like, yeah, I want to be like that guy.
It was at a pizza shop here in Columbus, Iacono's Pizza.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know those guys, but my dad was doing construction on that job over off of Bethel or Sawmill Road. and he had a Ferrari 308. And I went out and talked to him. I was like, dude, what do you do? My dad's like, get in here. These guys are jerks, Blah, blah, blah. They got money. Who'd they rip off to get that? Again, that's just how he grew up. So it's kind of what
They
he
have
knew.
money, they're bad. What? What do you mean? Wait.
Dude, I went out and talked to him, and he was like the coolest guy. And I was just like, keep in mind, back then, rich to me, if you had something nice that I wanted, that meant you were rich to me. I didn't know the difference. But I was probably like 12 or 13. I was like, dude, I'm going to have this shit. But back then, dude, I watched Lifestyles of Rich and Famous. That was like my show. I loved it.
I want to be like Richie Rich. That's what my
Yeah,
first thing
that was the best.
But yeah, helicopter, all that. Like, holy crap.
What was the catapult?
Yeah.
That was the best.
That was a good movie. Professor
Yeah.
Keen Bean. That's where I got that from.
Yeah, you kind of have a catapult in your backyard. Like that
trampoline.
that in-ground trampoline.
You have an in-ground trampoline?
Yeah,
that should be
dude.
fun.
That's what I
Break
love to
my
do. I
ankle.
want to create. Dina's always yelling at me because I'm like, "You do the interior, I'll take care of the exterior." She's like, "You're wasting." Dude, I'm putting bocce courts in, tree houses.
Just a fun pad.
That's all I want, man.
Gina, these could all be inside, but I'm doing it outside.
I want to if I want to wake up and jump on the trampoline, I'm waking up and jump. I want to do what I want. Like we literally use this trampoline all the time at night. Kids are like, Dad, let's go jump. I'm like, all right, let's go. My back's killing me, but like, dude, there's gonna be a point when they're like, I don't want to talk to you, Dad. I'm too cool for you now. That might be next week, by the way. But but like that's coming, right? So I'm very conscious of that. Like, there's only so many more summers, so many more Christmases, so many more birthdays that they're with me, and I got like full control. And then they're their own people,
How do you instill in your kids that the true value of the dollar and all that stuff as well too? Because also obviously they have a big up growing up and everything that you're providing. But at the same time, like how do you show them the value? Like, hey, this is not what I mean. Like there's got to be
not normal.
Like, most families don't.
Yeah. So right now, even when we do this, when we're getting on the plane or getting on the boat or whatever, I'm like, dude, we're very lucky to be in this position. So I think like stuff like that is just constantly communicating with them. Like this is not normal. We're very like I say it 20 times a day. And the kid, like it's they go in the grocery store. I want this. I want that. We can have all that, but you're not getting any of it.
Yeah.
There's kids, and not only that. Probably next year we're really going to get them engaged in like homelessness. Yeah. Going out and seeing real life. When they get in their teens, I'm taking them over to Haiti to the villages and showing them what like real life looks like for a lot of the people in the world, right? So
that'll be
humbling. There's poor people in America, but.
That's how
not like that.
Oh God,
no.
I used to visit family in Bangladesh. You see all that. I mean, I was fortunate. My dad, did pretty well in my middle, whatever. So, but I mean, just like they never let me buy everything. I was never spoiled. This and that. I always say you have to do this and that. No, you can't have that. And when you visit family and relatives that have nothing, it's like a whole humbling experience. Especially like, seeing the entire world, how everybody else is too.
One thing I do, and you have young kids, and you're all this shit. Like, one thing that's cool now is Mark wants a simulator for a computer that he wants and all this stuff,
Airplane.
Xbox or whatever. Yeah, he really does. So I'm like, Mark, like when he gets stuff, I'm like, what do you want? Because accomplishing it is more enjoyable than getting it, right? Because these kids will get shit and then like 5 seconds later throw it to the side.
On to the next.
Yeah, they do this at Christmas and all this, and I hate just buying stuff to buy stuff. It like drives me nuts. So I'm like, Mark, I'm trying to get them aware of feelings and emotions. If you don't get this, how are you going to feel? If you get this, how are you going to feel? Like, just diving deep and understand, like, dude, it's not the end of the world. Because, right, kids, it's like the end of the world. I didn't get that. Oh, my God. I hate my life.
Yeah. Didn't throw me the ball.
Yeah. Exactly.
Dad, it's only my 8th Ferrari I broke, not my 9th.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's like, their normal is not my normal when I grew up, but it will be, hopefully, they'll be better stewards out of the gate, and we'll see.
So question I got, man, is how did you become, like, within your family? Like, you got the turkey bowl and you got all this cool stuff that you do with your family, an extended family. But how did you kind of become, I'm not even sure what it is, like my mother and my family, that she's like the matriarch. Like, we go to my mom's house for Thanksgiving.
The head of the family in a way.
Yeah, like you're the head of the household, not your parent. Like, you're the one that puts everything together. How did you kind of become that person, or did you just wake up one day and say, hey, this is what I'm fucking doing?
Yeah.
And if you guys want to be a part of it, great, but I would love to be able to do this for you guys, and this is what I'm doing.
That's what I did.
You said, fuck it, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, man, listen, we'd go to my parents or in-laws, and we just sit around and eat, sleep, watch football, sleep, talk shit about people that's not there.
That's funny.
Then the people leave, and you talk shit about the people that just left. Like, oh my God, you see how big they got? Jesus Christ, what are they eating over there? God, I think they took dessert even. So it's like I'm like, dude, I want to be active. I want to be proactive, and I was like, dude, I want a football field. Let's build this football field and get crazy. And some show up, some don't. It happened this year where someone wasn't going to show up, and Dina's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, that's their life. They got a family. Like, it's what it is. they end up showing up. They showed up because it is, dude, like, it's cool. Like, they're walking away with jerseys and trophies. Like, I make it entertaining and fun. And I want them to talk about it.
Good job.
Yeah.
Do gooder.
No, I told them, fuck you, and we're going to beat you next year, too. Got you.
Come for another ass whooping.
Yeah, exactly. Get out there and clean the field up.
Really
Grab some pie on your way out.
Yeah,
proactive. You love being proactive on everything.
Just moving, man. Like, there's going to be a point in time when we cannot move, and we're going to be laying in bed pissed off that we didn't do more.
ADD.
Dude, even doing what we do now, people think we're crazy and we do a lot. Like, I don't know if you get this, dude, I know you're so busy, but I'm like, I'm not doing anything right now, but what's up?
What's up?
Yeah. But, like, there's so much to do, so much to accomplish. But I think you got to get around the right scale. I think this is what people don't understand about groups like Scalers or the DM Alliance and all this shit. It's not me or you, it's the collective.
The collective.
Like, you can borrow belief from someone inside that group, maybe easier than you and I, because they'll be like, oh, it's easy for you, Terry, because blah, blah, blah. But, like, when they meet Jeff or Susie and they're like, oh, shit, I can do that. You know, like, now all of a sudden, like, and we've put those pieces together.
Yeah.
I think that's, like, the neatest part of all of that.
Kind of like the architect of the community. You know?
Yeah.
Architect of the community, I like that. The architect maker, AM.
Hey,
I'm taking that. AM. Wait, AM died. Shit, never mind. I don't want to do that.
Bobby's going to have to get new shoes.
I
again.
know, right? So we got to do a little quick fire. You ready for those?
Let's do it. You want to do one?
You can do it. I'll pick one.
All right, cool. Here, I got it. Instagram or Facebook?
Facebook.
Why?
It works. It's old school.
true.
It works. Yeah. Listen, I think they're both great. Aren't they the same company, by the way? Same company?
Yeah, but
It is.
Yeah, Meta.
If I post on
Yeah.
Facebook, it goes to IG as well, I think.
You can
In
do
the
it.
stories.
I don't even have Facebook.
No?
No.
Well, I'm doing a webinar Thursday, and Facebook is beating all channels right now with,
Really?
with opt-ins.
That's what I
Yeah.
have Terry for. I don't need that.
But again, I think it depends where you spend the most time and you're
Yeah.
connecting and, whatever.
Well, it's like you get 5,000 and Instagram. It's just everybody, right? It's
I
more
consider
like a
myself
thing.
Facebook. I am Facebook. I walk outside, like, hey, swipe left, you move over. Hey, I'll talk to you.
What else we got? No, so you zoom in. My eyes are bad, bro.
We got chocolate or vanilla?
Oh, it's crossed out.
Oh, you guys got a screen right there.
Yeah, man. Body covered with fur or covered with scales?
You get
Yeah.
Fur.
Yeah.
I want people petting me.
Lose
No one's petting scaly shit.
fun. Lose the ability to read or
Balenciaga
lose
say
the
that?
ability to speak.
Read. I'd rather speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Exotic or classic?
Exotic.
Favorite car that you own?
Drop head. Yeah.
Okay.
Slow
back-
and steady.
Go back
And
to
it drops
age.
heads.
Go back to age 5 with everything you know now, or know everything your future self will learn.
I don't want to go back. I want to go forward.
Mm.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Mullet or perm?
Mullet.
Yeah.
For
We got
sure.
one in there.
Well,
Dude, the one from the DM. Yeah.
I had one in the 80s party. Remember the
Yeah.
black one I had at the house?
Yeah,
E-commerce
that was a
or
good-
real estate?
I like ecom, dude.
Do you still have Amazon
here-
stores, by the way, or are you doing that?
I do a little bit, but the problem is the platforms, right? So the platforms are tough. That was like the worst business move I made out of all my career
Oh,
so
really,
far.
though?
Yeah, it really was that bad. I've lost millions, many millions. And not only that, I've lost a lot of faith with great people. So even though we still do the right thing, it sucks. But ecom is so massively scalable. Real estate has massive constraints. It's cool and it's a great starter, but if you get in the right ecom world,
The global community.
it's the world is your oyster for sure.
Ali DMs instead of Alibaba's coming soon. Make your own platform.
Golly, dude.
All right, one more. Get even or get over it?
Get over it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, getting even to who standards of even. Yeah.
Love it, man. Well, cool. Well, hey, I really appreciate you coming on the show. Is there anything you want to plug, and how can people find you?
Yeah, do you got any events coming up or
You got your webinar,
coaching
right?
programs?
I just got a webinar on Thursday, but no, listen, I think, get in multiple groups. I think that's one thing, get in the Scalers, get in the Alliance, get in people we know and get around. Like right now, like I think you're charging not enough, but that's coming.
Yeah.
And,
2
but
weeks
like,
only.
here's what's cool about that. So like picture the DM fam's 50 G's now a year, right?
Yep.
But we only have 33 guys. It's cool. But like if you're in the DM Alliance, Scalers and another group, you're only paying 36 grand a year, but you have access to hundreds of people. And you could build community and networks. And if you're smart and you're resourceful, you go in and provide value, connections, results. You will make it's 100x your money. I truly believe it.
For us, it's impossible to 100x.
Yeah.
Some people they don't take advantage of it.
Yeah. I don't think they know how to.
Gotta find the right group too. A lot of people are like, oh, this will do us, and that's not a one size fits all. You got to find the right one.
I think. Listen, I agree. I think they got to say, I like Terry, and I believe what he believes in, and or Mark or whoever, and I think they got to stick with them and go. Because I'm not for everybody. You're not for. That's the goal. Yeah. We're not trying to be for everybody, but I think they could always follow me on Instagram or Facebook at every platform at Mark Evans DM. But I think the key is just get going. I don't care who you pick, just pick someone and go.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Take action.
Yeah. Any books coming out?
I have 4 books in the works. I was supposed to have 2 this year come out. That's not happening.
We'll blame COVID.
Yeah. That's what everyone else does, right? Oh, it's
It's
supply
COVID.
chain issues. I can't get
Sorry,
my mind
Mr.
right.
Jones, we can't get to your work order right now.
Such BS.
COVID's.
I want to create kids' books. That's like my next book. I think I'm going to create something simple where I can connect with an entrepreneur or kid. I think we can make a lot more impact in children through the parents, because parents, they don't have the balls to take the action. The kids will. They don't understand failure. They don't have enough failure under their belt to keep moving. And I think if we can get the parents to give to the kids, watch our kids proceed and grow, I think the parents will catch on and say, shit, I got to step my game up. I think that's how.
Learn by teaching, right?
Yes, I think so. But I may be wrong. And not only that, the truth is, I'm at their level. 5 years old, 5 years and under, I can speak their language. You start talking about other shit, I'm like, I'm out. I don't understand
Now
what you're
we're
saying.
using little words, not the $2 big words, right?
Exactly.
No, Trump. That's why we got Trump elected.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking straight up language, right? 5th grade level language.
Yeah.
But no, guys, I appreciate you guys having me. This is
Thank you
awesome.
so much.
No,
for coming.
thank you
Cool
so much
stuff.
for coming.
I know
Yeah.
you're busy, but thank you for making the time.
Yeah.
He's like,
Busy.
yeah, it's my second cigar today. Anyways, guys, hey, thanks for tuning in to the Scalers Only Show. Thank you for Mark Evans for coming in, where we talk real estate, business, and lifestyle. Until next time, do the piece. You got to do the piece.
All right, make today count. Peace.